Hi, I'm Ben Canning, and this screencast is going to be on how to look at the revision history in Google Docs on Google Drive. So first thing, I'm going to go to drive.google.com, and I've already used this computer to access Google before. So as a result, my demo account has been saved. If yours has been saved or if it's the wrong one, you can edit that by going to Manage Accounts on this device. But since that's the account I'm going to log into, I'm going to type in my password, and let's get started. So I'm going to use my example document here that I've already created to show you revision history. If you'd like to create your own document to kind of follow along with, you can go to Create and then Document, and that'll create a new document for you. I'm going to open this up. Okay, so this document was created a few days ago, and then I've made some revisions to it on different days, different times. Some changes, some of it will be similar, some of it's kind of just redoing what was already done before. And so what I'm going to do now is to see the revision history, in other words, what this document looked like at different times throughout the past couple of days, or really through the life of the document. I'm going to go to File, but notice I'm going to File within Google Drive right here, as opposed to going to File up here under Firefox. So I'm going to File within Google Drive, and I'm going to go to See Revision History. Now the reason why this works is because Google is automatically saving your document every few seconds to every few minutes, and so as a result it keeps track of those changes. So this is super handy if you made a mistake or you copied and pasted the wrong thing in and you want to go back and look at something that you deleted before, or it's super handy if you're looking at students' work and you just want to get a sense of when they were working or how much work they did, or in less positive circumstances if you want to get a sense of whether or not they copied and pasted something in or typed it themselves. It's not necessarily a surefire way to tell if somebody plagiarized, but it's one way that can kind of help provide some evidence for it. So what's over here on the right is a revision history. So these are kind of big chunks that have been changed, and what's on the left is what that document looked like. The highlighted, so green text or pink text, in this case, are the most recent changes from the previous revision. So we can see in the previous version of this document, it looked something more like this, whereas then I went ahead and added this sentence right here. The sentence was added on a different day, and then I also deleted a bunch of text and then began to add some different text down here. So that tells me kind of what those revisions were. And so we can see if I scroll kind of back, these are previous revisions from earlier today made by this same account. This one doesn't look like I changed much on that one. And this one doesn't, again, look like I changed a whole lot, but if we go back to this one, we can see it was added. And then if I go to this one, this was actually a revision made by a different account, so another account that I have. This was kind of the original creation of the document. Before that, it was pretty much blank. Now, this kind of shows big picture revisions. We can see that, it's every few minutes to every few days. However, Google's saving much more often than that. So if you want to see more revision details, you go down here to the bottom on your sidebar, and you click Show More Detailed Revisions. And it's going to show you every single kind of save moment that it ever made. So in this case, you can begin to see that, oh, I made a mistake, I made a typo, things along those lines, and actually even see my corrections going along. Normally, I'm not going to go in and check this, but one thing that it's useful for is seeing if somebody plagiarized. So for example, I'm going to go back to a previous time, about right here. Nope, that was copied. Sorry, I'm looking for version. Okay, so this is the beginning of where I actually began typing out a plagiarism paragraph that I was looking on Wikipedia and just literally typing as it went along. I was interrupted a few times, so we can see that I made some work on this, and then a few moments later I made a little bit more work, and a few moments later I entered a little bit more. We can see that it's actually saving kind of every second at some times and every couple of minutes depending on internet connection. Here I was a little more productive, added a few more things, and then finally added a few more things. However, what you notice is that that took a little while for that to happen, over the course of a minute just to type a few paragraphs. And there were some saves where I was correcting different things, versus this paragraph at the bottom was all added in one revision. So we can see it goes from here, plagiarism is not a, and then on the next version, I had finished that sentence and already completed this entire paragraph. Usually if I see big blocks of text go in a very short period of time, so the span of just a minute or two, and it seems much faster than the person was typing before, that's evidence that somebody copied something. Sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not. So that's just something you can keep in mind. Now the last thing I want to show you is if you want to return to a certain version of a document. So for example, if I wanted to go back to this version, I could go ahead and select it over here on the revision history side, and then I could click restore this revision. And what it'll do is it will reset the document to that version. Now once you do that, it's hard to recover some of the things that you got rid of. So just be careful that you're not restoring it to a version that you still want some stuff from that future version beforehand. That's it for this screencast. Hope you have a great day.